Hey, what's up, y'all boys? We're back at it for another video, and today, first of all, I have not uploaded a video, I think, about a week, and within that week, we managed to hit 600 subs. Now, thank y'all so much. I really deeply appreciate it. It may look as a smaller number to you guys because of all the other YouTubers or streamers that you guys watch, but to me, this truly means the world to me. It means that I'm growing. It means that my channel's blowing up a little bit. You guys are noticing my content, and just keep on watching. And it truly means the world to me, bro. And I'm gonna keep growing, keep making content for y'all, keep reacting to stuff, and keep talking about it. You know what I mean? And today we are reacting to fiction's biggest losers. Now, I think we're talking about 3 characters, and these characters happen to be Bear from Obsession. I didn't watch Obsession. I haven't watched Obsession. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it yet. But from what I could tell, you know what I mean, he didn't really pursue a relationship with this girl Nikki, and decided to just magic item, fell in love, started to get a little bit insane. I don't know what happens. I just know there's some death involved. But from what I can tell, Bear didn't really do anything. He just managed to get his hands on a magic item and used it to his advantage, and it didn't work out well. Next, we have Brian from Family Guy. Now, from what I know, Brian, bro, he hops from girl to girl to girl to girl, constantly just like cheating, going through a bunch of stuff. I think, yeah, that's just from what I can tell, not a very good person when it comes down to love. He just hops from one person to another person, another person, another person. Who is falling in love with this dog, man? Like, I get that he released a book. What is it? Faster Than the Speed of Love or something like that. I don't care. I'm not having sex with a dog. That's just no, whoa, no. Now, I do love Mordecai, bro, but his love life is not that good either. His relationships are just, I don't know. He keeps on fumbling the bag. Even when Rigby tries to throw him a lob for like any type of girl, he just fails to catch it. It keeps on fumbling. It's fumble after fumble after fumble after fumble, and he just manages to lose himself over these girls. So yeah, I don't know. Here we go. Characters that are complete losers. Now, I don't know if they are just the biggest losers. I don't think they're the biggest losers, but these are some of the biggest. So here we go. Characters that are complete losers, part 2.
That are complete losers, part 2. Let's get it. And from the jump, we gotta talk about one of the most popular characters of the year alongside the best movie up to this point. A while back,
is Squidward considered a loser? I don't know. I mean, he's just overall like depressing to be around, to be honest.
Still see Obsession to see what all the hype was about, and I genuinely have nothing bad to say about the movie. Growing up, heck, even now,
it seems like a good movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen a couple clips on TikTok. It's honestly seems pretty good. I might watch it. Who knows?
Wasn't the biggest fan of the horror genre. Back then, I'll admit, I was just a pull-out boy. But as I matured, it just stuck with me that most of the movies within this circle are mad predictable, or just not scary or interesting in the slightest.
I did watch the new Scary Movie. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty funny.
This movie was a 10 out of 10. Carrie Barker snapped. But what I and most others can't get out of our minds with this movie is just how much of a loser the main character is. Bear. When we first meet Bear, he's trying to get some rest tips from his homie Ian, since he has a crush on their childhood friend and coworker, Nikki. And to be fair, Nikki's a baddie. I don't know if I'd be sitting here asking this nigga of all people for tips, but I'd be a little intimidated. But hey man, you know what they say, it's just a leap of faith.
Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't like go out and like try to like talk to her or like start something or start off as a friendship. No, he fully just goes and gets a magic stick, breaks it, and then just cast a spell or whatever. Like, he doesn't actually pursue a relationship, you know? Oh, my bad.
This movie is just Bear being a slob and trying to work with how he should go about trying to bag Nikki. And this dynamic is something that all of us who have to work harder because we, I don't know what you mean we, yes we, were ugly, have gone through. The friend zone. This is dang near canon event for all dudes. Now, as we advance into this analysis, don't get the idea that being in the friend zone is the issue. It's how you handle being in there that determines your character. After the friend group hang at the bar, Nikki is begging Ian to take her home, and he telling her, hell no. But of course, seeing this as another opportunity to get on that timing, Bear volunteers to take her home. Ian like, yeah, get your girl home safe. And Nikki immediately shuts that BS down. In the car ride home, they're talking about how Nikki put her 2 weeks into her job. She explaining she's doing it because she'd rather be a writer and she's not happy with how her life is currently going at the moment. And then tells Bear that he's the only person she's able to be this transparent with. Nice little heartfelt moment.
See, like that could start something. You just like start it from there. You don't have to do all that.
Kind of sad, but yeah, Nikki mentions how Sarah's into Bear, but he don't care. He wants Nikki. He has this weird reaction which prompts Nikki to ask him if he likes her instead, saying that if he does, it's best to confess now. But like an idiot, he denies it and they go separate ways. As she's walking to her door, she says goodnight, and his response was,
"Night, freaky Nikki."
Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Like, you say goodnight and you say goodbye, freaky Nikki. Yeah, what is wrong with you, bro?
No.
Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No.
Whoa!
Step back one-legged.
What kind of shot was that?
What kind of shot is that? Have you ever shot that shot? Do you work on that shot?
He really took Ian advice to the max. Brother, you've known her long enough and is fully aware that she does not like that nickname. Why the heck are you listening to what Ian is telling you to do? One thing I never do when I'm on game is take advice. I don't care who it's from. The beauty of hooping is being your own player, my dogs. Draw your own plays. Cross your own opponents. Shoot your own shots. I cannot emphasize this enough. Normalize getting it out the mud by yourself. He in the car stressing and reaches back for her gift, which was the one
Really,
with
nigga?
Willow. Pulls it out and it plays this weird distorted tune. And without any hesitation, he wishes for Nikki to love him more than anything in the world and proceeds to snap that hoe. When he starts his
So you mean to tell me that you could wish for anything that you want? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would use it on her, bro.
Nikki is back outside standing on the porch. She starts bothering the heck out of Bear. Like she's genuinely attached and fangirling over him in this moment.
But now she's like overly insane over him.
It's a complete character shift. So now Nikki's over at Bear's crib, and as they're about to go to sleep, she starts getting freaky with him. In the middle of this, she gets up, looks at Bear in the face, and starts to freak the heck out. This is her second time getting hit with this odd amnesia shtick in this night alone, where she has no clue what's going on. But they reconcile and just go to sleep. Bear searching whether or not the one wish Willow has any merit of it actually working, but doesn't get a clear answer. In the morning, Nikki makes him breakfast. Nice little gesture. But in the kitchen, Bear's cat, who died at the start of the movie, has a memorial with its body laying on the ground.
What the hell? What is going on with this movie, bro?
The new version of Nikki did this thinking it was a nice gesture. Start red flag already. Nobody in their right mind is doing this. Nikki's back at Bear's house apologizing for what happened and presses Bear about his crush on her. They both confess to wanting each other. So we see the start of their romance, and it is the most typical honeymoon phase ever. Constantly hanging out. Things seem to be going well for them. They are out on a dinner date when Ian calls, and he tells Bear that Nikki's been lying to him about her dad having cancer, and that being one of the reasons she's been acting this way. Ian explaining how badly Nikki changed, like she's not even the same person and just likes Bear now. And he right, because right after this call, she's confessing to loving Bear more than life itself. Love bombing of doom and despair, man, what the hell? It could have been longer than a week. The funny part about this scene is that a lot of you niggas do this. Like, a lot of y'all doing this right now. Y'all think it's good. Right? Bear asks about her dad, and Nikki starts tweaking out, bro. This scene gave me the ick. She was
So where she like yelling in the middle of the restaurant?
hollering and whining
Yeah.
in front of the entire restaurant.
See, I don't know what I would do with this situation. If she got up and just started yelling like this, I don't know what I would do. Because there's nothing you can do. You just gotta sit there and take it. You can't run out. I don't know what I would do, bro.
Stop. Once again, another red flag. I've lost count at this point. And after all of these incidents, he takes her back home and proceeds to drop dick off. So many more weird things happen with Nikki, like standing in the dark.
Dude, I saw that scene on TikTok live. I'm not even joking. I saw some of the movie on a TikTok live and I was watching it. And as soon as I clicked the live, I'm watching like straight up like some freaky stuff going on in the bed. I don't know. It was just like
corner of the
insane.
bedroom, taping the house's front door completely shut. She literally pissed herself over him leaving, by the way. Biggest indicator is the lunch scene, where inside of his box, Nikki put 2 Polaroids inside, with a note saying "you" on one of them, and then "not me" on the other. Clear cry for help. I don't know what else it could be. To make matters worse, the lunch she made him turned out to be a cat sandwich. You heard me correct, my guy. Not cat.
See, like, what are you doing in this situation? You gotta, this is all your fault. This is all your fault. None of this would have happened if you didn't make that wish.
fish. That sound good right now.
Catfish, yams, collard greens.
Straight up kitty cat. Not Puss either, kitty, like the animal. So at this point, he's fully aware that this Willow
Oh, but she's bad though. She just chopped up your cat and made you eat it, dog. Like, what are you doing?
in fact did work. Bear calls the number on the back of the Willow box
Oh, but she's bad. She taped your door and then pissed herself when you were leaving.
to see if he could alter the wish. But notice how I said alter and not cancel. This dude is a complete scumbag. The man on the phone literally asked him if he wanted to cancel, and Bear insisted and emphasized that he still wanted Nikki to love him against her will.
Like, this is just, yeah. I'm noticing it, dog. I'm noticing it.
So you want to cancel? No, I don't want to cancel. I still want my bed. I still want my bed. But she crazy.
So you want to alter the wish?
Yes.
Nah, we can't do that.
Then why you making sound we can do that?
I just want to touch your character. You a bad guy, nigga. You horrible. You deserve this.
I just realized the whole, like, 6 minutes I've been watching this, I'm low-key getting spoiled, but, like, it's too late.
Bro, please, bro. Why you do?
Oh my gosh, nigga. Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Can you read lips, my nigga? No!
Asks Bear if he wants to talk to Nikki, and Bear's confused. Then puts a woman screaming on the phone, assumed to be the real Nikki herself, probably in this weird void suffering. Oh my god, this nigga! And instead of calling Ian, Sarah, hell, even the police or psych ward, anybody, he just goes back to living life with this lost version of Nikki. Next scene, they go to Ian's for game night, and things continue to be weird. She's still obsessive, and once the real Nikki is back and active, she freaks out, screaming, "It's not me!" breaks a bottle and starts smashing her skull in
Oh my
at the
gosh,
function. And all Bear does is sit there looking down. He trying to
Yeah,
ignore
because he did all this. He didn't do anything about the wish.
He is not only dating and taking up her entire life, but he has had sex with her multiple times up to this point. This is literally great, and he's fully aware of it. At night, Sarah messages Bear, asking to meet him about something. And before he leaves, Nikki steps out of it once again, this time asking Bear to end her life, saying that the other half is asleep. And this dude, dead for real, responds with,
You are you, Nikki.
Come on, bro. We cannot be serious. You are you? Oh my gosh. Bro, like...
completely ignoring the fact that Nikki is in fact not Nikki. And after she begs him once again, he responds with,
What would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me?
Bro, she doesn't want you, bro. She doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. I promise you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
and walks out to meet Sarah. So yeah, if you couldn't tell by now, Bear's one of the biggest losers I definitely have come across. When he's out meeting Sarah, it's clear that she still likes him after all this. But Nikki pulls up and completely smushes her face into a brick. All because Bear was out here hanging out with her at 2 a.m. Little detour here, but man, Sarah got the worst end of the stick out of the entire cast, bro. She was the only one outside of our victim who didn't do a single thing wrong. They disposed the body, and after that, Bear runs back to the store to buy another Willow to try to reverse the wish, but he can't snap it. So he goes to Ian to confess to everything. Obviously, Ian thinks,
This nigga is crazy.
so when he pulls out the Willow, he wishes for $1 billion, and the moolah starts rolling in. He had lost for words. I don't like Ian, but I can't hit on him right here. He's a bag chaser, I get it. Nikki's acting crazier and crazier by the minute. Ian pulls up to tell Bear that the money is real, but gets a glimpse of what Bear has been dealing with behind the scenes this entire movie. And when that dude walks in, Nikki headshots 223 his dome. No aimbot or anything. She just got it like that. Bear sneaks to the bathroom realizing what he has to do. The man on the phone was right.
Like, there's just nothing you can do, bro. I don't know what else to do.
Right. The only way to truly end this is for him to end himself. He grabs some pills
There's no other way. You gotta do it.
and starts to commit. But as we've seen with this man this entire movie, he's not committed to anything. At least anything that's right to do. So he starts to try and make himself puke to not OD. But he hears the sound of another One Wish Willow playing the tune and snapping. When I first watched this, I had no idea what was going on. But now I see that the possessed Nikki herself used the Willow to make Bear love her as much as she did, causing this final interaction to happen the way it did. Fortunately though, Bear did not puke the pills in time, so he's on his way to hell, and right after he dies, Nikki is back to normal and has to deal with the consequences of the entire clan being dead in this dude's Bear house. I cannot stand Bear whatsoever, bro. This man's entire character genuinely pisses me off. Like, all this stuff only happened because he was too afraid to admit his crush to Nikki at the start of the movie. And I'm not gonna get on here and say that Nikki liked him, like how some people think, because we don't truly know that. It was left ambiguous for a reason. But
Like,
to sit
yeah.
up and bet.
Like, but he still could have had a chance to at least talk to her, like have like start some kind of like relationship with her, but no.
Beg your friend Ian for advice about how to treat and bag a girl is nuts, especially when said advice is questionable or blatantly wrong. To make matters worse, I didn't mention it earlier because I didn't know where to fit it, but Ian and the real Nikki were cracking on and off for a year. And anytime a guy, let alone a homie, is getting in the middle of you running an ISO play on a woman, or is giving this level of crappy advice, then you should sense that the dude is backdoor as heck. Freaky Nikki, bro.
Is this nigga serious?
Come on, nigga, you's a grown ass man. There is no way you thought that was game. Exhibit B, the Sarah dynamic. This entire time, Sarah was into Bear's funky ass. Nikki even told him herself early on, but he was so focused on forcing Nikki to be his girl that
Like, Sarah's right there. You could just... What's wrong with Sarah? I mean, I didn't watch the movie, but what's wrong with Sarah? Like,
caused Sarah to also be killed. I'm mad as hell about this, bro. Sarah genuinely did nothing wrong the entire movie. The worst thing she did was have a crush on a dude we haven't seen shower not once these entire 2 hours. Now, those first 2 exhibits are easy and clear takeaways. This final one is gonna be a mixed bag to some. But in my opinion, if Bear actually shot his shot at Nikki in an ethical manner, it is not crazy to say that she probably would have given him a chance.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Throughout the start, they had a very solid dynamic, and although it was friendship, if he played his cards right, he could have at least gotten a real date. As said earlier, she explained how Bear is the only one she can be transparent with. Take it from me, man. I'm always right, I think. Transparency isn't easy. Not only does it take trust, but it also takes a high level of security. So it's clear that in a sense, Bear makes Nikki feel safe. Safer than how Ian does, safer than how Sarah does. She
like, bro, this could have been all avoided if he just shot his shot or like started something with Nikki. Or maybe we could have just avoided this by just being with Sarah, if we even were up to that. Like, I still don't get what's wrong with Sarah. What's wrong with being with Sarah? I feel like it's normal.
So stated that she wants to move on with her life and she doesn't feel loved. Now, as we can clearly see with the rest of this movie, there's better ways for her to feel loved and appreciated. But I am sure that if Bear was a genuine and stood up individual, that he would have easily had at least Ian beat. To him, Nikki was just a booty call.
I wanna smash.
Instead though, Bear was a pussy and just played his game the same way Ian probably did. And just because you play the same game doesn't mean you'll get the same results. Honestly, looking at everyone I covered in the history of my channel, he probably only second to that guy Griffith, bro. And that even is a debate within itself. All my homies hate Bear.
Yo, I hate that video. I hate seeing that video with all the kids debating. I think they're like debating about Fortnite or something. It was like,
Fuck all that! It's still Griffith too, man. These niggas. No, Brian's a case of loser that never sat right with me. Let me get this straight. Nobody in Family Guy's main cast was ever a good person. But in the beginning, Brian was one of the cooler ones of the family, along with Chris.
Some animals give me boners.
But
it's like, why would he say that?
Over time, Brian Deathreal became not only one of the biggest losers in the show, but one of the biggest when it comes to major adult cartoons. He was literally the voice of reason in earlier seasons, but now
this man was so desperate, he made out with Meg once. He literally like made out with her.
The whole keeping it similar to the things of Bear.
Like, bro, I feel like you guys live in the same household, you hang out every day. That's like your sister. I don't know.
I'm gonna start with his love life.
I feel like Brian looks at Meg as a sister, but he full on made out with her one time.
Because Brian Griffin is also one of the worst dudes to ever deal with women. For starts, in season 16, Brian peeps his coworker named Martha, and he low-key want that. So what do you think he does? He searches her up on Facebook and wanks it to her while on the job. Then when she pulls back up, she caught him dick in hand. So now he's worried that he's gonna lose his job.
Yo, he did it to funeral pics? Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah.
So in his brain, the smart thing to do is frame her for being a drug addict and get her arrested. He also cheats on his girlfriends and fiancés multiple times.
Dude, look how many exes Brian has. This is insane. Like,
play side nigga for a woman who has a husband who was a Navy SEAL. And to not get caught, he acted like a normal dog, which is weird as heck. I know it's a cartoon, but it's just, I don't know, man. At some point, he starts to try and raise up one of Meg's friends, Patty.
Is this not, yeah, that's insane. That's weird.
was at high school.
I forgot that even happened, but yeah, he genuinely fell in love with one of Meg's friends.
I don't care if she was 18 and technically legal. Brian
That's
is
not
like
right.
40 in dog years. Police! Hell! He's backdoor as heck to the entire family as well. Him and Stewie, who was his right-hand guy, decided to do a blood ritual with each other, causing Stewie to wake up with freaking herpes on his lip. And it's not like Brian didn't even know he had it. He was fully aware that he had the herp and still decided to give this evil gay baby herpes. He backdoors his own kind, bro. He invested it in a company that was using dogs as an ingredient in their protein shake.
Do we ever see Stewie as a teenager or an adult?
From my memory, the worst backdoor moment is when he tried to make a move on Lois.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Brian has been chasing Lois since like the dawn of time, dude.
Her and Peter were having a rough patch. Trying to crack your own owner's wife is elite levels of backdoor activity. And this isn't even a one-time thing, bro. He does this over and over and over again. He worse than Quagmire. His beef with him is so bad, bro. Quagmire legitimately hates him, but it's understandable. Because when he became a real estate agent, he sold him some trash ad properties and backdoored him too. And he only became an agent because Quagmire paid for his teeth surgery to give him these big ad buck-toothed pearly whites. But worst of all, Brian is a racist. We cannot forget the ride-along tweet incident.
Oh my
Amongst
gosh.
other slick comments he has about me and my black brothers. Brian, man, that's why your writing career is trash.
Ryan, look out! Gotcha, bitch! Let's go! I'm sick of her ass!
Now, last and definitely not least, Mordecai. I really try to avoid him when it comes to this subject, because if there's a person we are familiar with being a complete loser, it's him. I am very sure that we have all seen Regular Show and know just how bad it gets with this dude, but it would be a complete disservice to ignore him for 2 installments straight. So here we
Man
are
was just doing everything for Margaret, but every time he would just fumble, bro.
again. Mordecai slander. Mordecai and Bear are quite literally two sides of the same coin. When I first seen that obsession, all I could think was, dang, this dude is real life that freak ass Blue Jay. The difference between the two really only being that Mordecai didn't have to force his way into being with Margaret. But what they have in common in their base forms of self is the incapability to not fumble to save their lives. Mordecai himself has had some of the best and easiest opportunities with Margaret, but chose to pass them up because he thought she was bigger than the program. The earliest important case is when Rigby stepped in to show him how easy it would be to ask her on a date. So easy that Rigby little musty chud ass was able to get one with her himself. And this is like season 1 Rigby. If the worst form of Rigby can bag, then Mordecai, dude. You literally have no excuse.
Yes,
Say-
bro. He found her sweater and he like sniffed it and drove all the way back to where she was at. She was like at college or something. He drove like multiple hours to give her the sweater and just never ended up giving it to her.
You swear, at some point he gets to be alone with Margaret and finally get some action,
But they kiss.
leading to a kiss. Just for him to fumble that too, and her pulling away, all because his breath stunk. He panicking trying to leave the car, man. He's such a loser. Margaret moves away, and this man goes through the deepest depression of his life because of it. Honestly, I can't slander this for real. This is realistic. I don't like being a hypocrite. Later on, meet CJ, who we all know was by far a better partner for him. They had more chemistry, and she was just a cooler girl than Margaret, bro. She wasn't strolling around with a new man every month. CJ was not for the streets. But of course, as soon as Margaret came back, Mordecai fumbles this golden relationship, cheating on CJ at the Christmas party. Even after this, bro was given another chance to make things right. But instead of being a good guy and recognizing how much CJ is worth, he decides to confess that he's unsure who his soulmate was. Not in private, but in front of the entire audience at Muscle Man's and Starla's wedding. This ain't your day, bro. This is not about you. Go
Muscle Man's day, bro.
sit down. Muscle Man, ugly ass got his bit.
Muscle Man doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this. His whole family popped out.
So where's mine? Shoot, it can be any one of y'all. Basically, CJ, I don't want you no more. Margaret, can I please fuck?
Really, nigga?
Understandably so. CJ is livid. And Mordecai has to live with this after making one of his stupidest decisions ever. To add salt to the wound, he thought to do this after Muscle Man's dead dad letter was read off to the audience. The letter he wrote for his son for this very special, specific day itself. Aside from fumbling though, Mordecai's a bad homie in general. Like time and time again, throughout the show, you just see him pretty much treat Rigby like mush. The entire group was basically calling Rigby worthless. And instead of backing him up when Rigby needs it, he just goes along with it. He agreed. Even though every other day Rigby
Like,
is
why chase Margaret when you already have Rigby? Like, bro, your day one is right with you, dog.
Sliding in to help Mordecai with favors. From do me a solid to when he had to go to Dumbtown, I won't act like he a saint, but on the average day, Rigby is still a better homie than Mordecai to me. That's it for this video, but yeah, you're just 3 people who just suck. They're all complete.
I don't know who's the biggest loser out of these 3, to be honest, bro. I have no idea. It might honestly just be Bear, because he managed to get everybody freaking killed. I don't know. But, yeah, biggest losers. That's it. I don't know why you're still... Can you just click off, dude?